Hello, Mr. Dre back with another video, and in this one what we were doing is multiplying a whole number by a fraction, right? So in this case, 5 times 1/4. Now, when you first look at this, you might think, oh, this is gonna be a lot harder than adding or subtracting fractions, but guess what? It's not. There's a lot less work. It's a lot more straightforward. In many people's opinions, it's a lot easier, right? So what we want to do today is we want to show you how to do this, and then the big thing is understanding why the answer is what it is, right? Why does a certain thing happen to our answer, to our product, right? So 5 times 1/4, all right? We're going to rewrite this over here, okay? 5 times 1/4. Now, how do we turn a whole number into a fraction, right? Any whole number, to turn it into a fraction, all you do is put it over 1. That's it, right? Put 5 over 1. Now 5 first becomes 5. And then watch this. All you do to multiply is multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. And that's it. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. And that's your answer, 5/4, right? You just multiply the numerators together, multiply the denominators together, and boom, that's it. Now, when you look at 5/4, really, never ever do we want an improper fraction. So we want to turn this into a mixed number. So to do that, right, all we do is remember that this fraction bar is actually can be looked at as a division symbol. 5 divided by 4, right? Well, how many times can 4 go into 5? 4 can only go into 5 one time, right? And the denominator stays the same. Denominator always stays the same. And now how many are left over? Well, what's 5 minus 4? Easy, 1. So 1 and 1/4, right? 1 and 1/4 is our answer. Now, here's what I want you to look at for this. Why did our answer went from 5, right, all the way down to 1/4. So we started with 5, we multiplied it, but our answer went all the way down to 1 and 1/4. You were always probably taught since probably 2nd grade that when you multiply, the numbers get bigger. So why here did we start with 5, multiply, and the number got smaller, right? Well, here's why. If you think of 5 times 3 is 15, right? 5 times 2 is 10. Here's the key. I'm gonna put a little star here. 5 times 1 is what? 5, right? So there's something special about that. When you multiply something by itself, it stays the same. It doesn't get bigger, right? So here I multiply by this number, a little bit smaller, and our products got smaller, right? But 5 times 1 is 5. Any number times 1 is itself, right? It stays the same. Well, guess what? When we did 5 times 1/4, 1/4 is less than 1, right? 1/4 is smaller than 1. It's not negative. It's bigger than 0, but it's not quite 1. So our answer, obviously, since this is smaller than 1, our answer has to be smaller than itself, right? Does that make sense? Since 1/4 is less than 1, our answer has to be less than itself, less than 5. So that's why this works. Now, another way to look at it is you might be thinking, well, isn't multiplication repeated subtraction? It is, right? So another way to look at it is 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4, right? 5 of these. And all you're doing is adding, since we're talking about fourths, it's going to be fourths. All we're doing is adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5/4, right? So, and obviously this would equal 1 and 1/4. Why does it equal 1 and 1/4? Well, here's what it looks like. Okay, here are 5/4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There are 5/4. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put them into and that was an improper, here's a mixed number. Now, they're not 5/4 anymore. Now it's one whole circle and 1/4 of another, right? So it started out as 5/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when we put them together and into a mixed number, it's one whole and 1/4 left over, 1 1/4, right? So a couple things we wanted you to get across today. The big one is when you multiply a whole number by a fraction, all you do is put the whole number over 1 and then multiply straight across. It can't get any easier. That's the first thing. Second thing, improper to mixed number. Just divide it, right? Just divide it. Third thing, and this is probably the biggest, why does the number get smaller? Why did we go from 5 all the way down to 1 in something? Because when you multiply by 1, it stays the same. A fraction is less than 1, so it's going to be smaller than the same, right? So hopefully that was helpful. We thank you for watching, and we will check you out on the next one.